Welcome back again to the Will Is Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We back at it. We refreshed. We're lively. And this is your current Heat Vent Show. You dig? So we're going to stay current. We're going to stay accurate. The world is burning. Why is that? There's so many, what you would call incomprehensible people on the planet today that it's incomprehensible people on the planet today that's just you didn't know this many people had some serious mental mind concept issues. Seriously, they do. Uh but we're gonna keep it we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna get right into this thing. This is the Heat Vent Show. Check it out. We got the first of all, first and foremost, I would like to say I'm grateful to my subscribers, the people that love looking at the show, love you know contributing to the show, love basically you guys are my alumni. You subscribe, you my alumni. Yeah, that's right, my alumni. I love my subscribers. I love my people. I want you to share this show with the people that need to hear this show. Heat Vent Show. Look at a lot of my previous shows, my you know, take time out to look at, the message I be putting down, how I'm trying to give me a second, my peoples. How I'm trying to help people understand how we getting down, you know. It takes you to, I have a rhythm with this show. If you understand, I talk about current events and history all the time. We take it back to antiquity a lot, the old world. There's a lot of great shows on this wonderful broadcast channel that we have, YouTube. And you have to pick your poison, pick who telling the truth and who are fabricators. I would never be known as a fabricator. Never. All my shit come from the root. Everything I put out, it comes from the root. So I could talk about a whole lot of things that'll go viral if I talked about Shannon Sharp's dirty ass. Yeah, boy, he's a filthy one, isn't he? I mean, if you think about it, I know this is a project, and I know a lot of people love me to talk about these current things that's going on. But when you're a 56-year-old man and that's a 19-year-old girl, you're her grandfather's age almost, Shannon. Let me check this text real quick. Hold on. But that's pretty terrible. I mean, the whole man. He's a filthy person. I mean, to each his own. You can't possibly be. Well, I guess you can. So, like I told you you have a lot. Shannon Sharp is a perfect example of a 15-year-old boy that never matured. Most celebrities are. They wildest dreams come from thinking about what I really wanted all my life with your big old immature ass, man. I mean, you can see his childishness, and everybody's clowning this man because he's a doofus. He's a dope. He's a dope. You know, he has those weirdo behaviors. Like, if you think about a guy like Shannon, he kind of been privileged his whole life, and like if you can kind of compare it to what Carrie Hilson was saying when she was talking about Cam Newton, on the Cam Newton show. Cam Newton got a podcast, but she was talking about how like athletes are, they don't know what love is because they never was told like know, or they never really live in a realistic world, like she was explaining. Um, they were never taught to practice humility. Okay, most celebrities haven't been. Look at look at Diddy. You know, if he gets out on, say, a technicality that he's insane, well, he is. Do you understand that man is completely crazy? You don't think that? They say most CEOs and business owners and those the big the big boys, who y'all want to be like, some of you peoples. But dig this, man. Those dudes, man, they're narcissistic. It's, they're very narcissistic. They are sociopathic. They have these different uh, psychological characteristics that are so applicable to them that it's completely it's fitting. It's fitting. If you think you can live in a world and you must look at the world as a bunch of menial creatures, a bunch of nothingers. See, I hate the way high paid media officials sit in a balance. You're so untrustworthy. If you think about you sitting in a balance when you paid, you got 40 million, $20 million contract. You got Joy Reid got fired. She don't care. She can do a podcast and make plenty of money. She's famous. Who gives a fuck? I mean, she's Joy Reid. She's not hurting. So for her to see her white counterparts on TV every day, and I mean, but you didn't do yourself any justice. I won't harp on you, but you completely blew it. You didn't tell things from a very organic space. And for anybody that want to argue, well, leave it in the comments. Because she didn't. For one, she's not an indigenous American. She may be an indigenous Westerner, and that's cool. But she didn't address, she loves to, Joy Reid loved to chastise. Most most people that are in the fraternal order or in they love to chastise it. People love to chastise because I'm telling you, people love to think that they know something you don't know. That's what's fun about having this podcast, because you may just because I haven't been on my podcast long enough to dive so far into the intricacies of what we really will be discussing. I'm not playing with you. I ain't been on 100 days yet. Are you serious? Come on. I control this show so that I can help us walk together. There's people been out here 5 years. I haven't begun to get to the places that I want to get to with you guys. I promise you, it's coming. Music, other than history, music is the other love, the absolute love of my life. In every way, it controls things. The megahertz. We are frequency beings. Light beings. If you tap into the positive necessities of who we are as beings, then we understand how to cultivate together. We get a synergy. We get a there are waves. Just like I'm traveling over the sound waves right now because you're tuning in, and thank you, and I appreciate you for tuning in. Absolutely. We're gonna start going live pretty soon too. I have reached over that 5,000 subscriber mark. I'm at 7,500 plus, man. I'm so grateful for you guys globally for subscribing and growing with me and allowing me to and motivating me to give you more of this good ass content, because we all need something new, fresh, organic. Something. Yeah, let me play some music, man. I wanna play some music tonight a little bit, if I may. I guess so. It's my show. Let's keep it on some. I want to do some chill hip shit. They got to slow down and get back corrected. But I don't. Uh, I'm gonna shuffle that. I got too many. I love guitars and strings and all of that shit, but I don't like that shadow shit either. But we just want to play some music. I can dig with that shit because it's kind of smooth and I'm vibing with that. So yeah, like I said, I appreciate you guys for subscribing and fucking with me, man. Yeah. But back to these current events, man. There's so many different things. Let me go through the phone, see what we got popping. See what's really going on in the world today. Some shit just necessary, man. They keep having new discoveries every day about uh newfound archaeological evidence and things of that nature about, you know, new discoveries in the world. So when I tell you to keep your knowledge up, always entertain yourself with what's really going on from antiquity and what's going on today. So let me see. Y'all know the boxing legend Manny Pacquiao. Community joins Manny Pacquiao in mourning the coach lost. Cancer battle despite last minutes. Ooh, boxing community joins Manny Pacquiao in mourning as coach loses. Is that Freddie Roach? Hold on, let me see. No, that ain't Freddie Roach. It's long before names, and he told him Manny Pacquiao. Oh, oh, Duty Boy. Yeah, his homie. He's in his training camp. Oh man, blessings to Manny Pacquiao in his training camp. The boxing great Manny Pacquiao. Blessings to you. Blessings to you, Manny Pacquiao. Salute to Manny Pacquiao. Straight up, Philippine legend. Okay, we got another one here. It's enough for millions of years. The hope of mankind. 950 meters underground in this country. All right, what I was talking about today, it's enough of millions of years, the hope of mankind, 900 meters undergoing in this country. What they're talking about, perhaps the future of energy could be reshaped by discovering buried 950 meters beneath the surface of the mountains of North Albania. The hope of mankind comes in the form of rather a naturally occurring reservoir of hydrogen gas. Oh, that's dope. After being discovered. Okay, so hydrogen, steam, hydrogen, it actually powers Ireland as well. Like that's a hell of a discovery. That's dope. Okay, that's moving right along. Okay, it didn't look good because it didn't feel too good. NASA astronaut Darren Petit explains why he seemed so unwell after landing. And they got a video, and he looks like a corpse. But Don Petit and the two cosm- cosmonaut colleagues came home from Russia. Soyuz spacecraft April 19 touching down in Kazakhstan to bring their 7-mound International Space Station ISS mission successful close to Kazakhstan. It was actually April 20th, Petit's 70th birthday. He's an old man. Footage captured just the landing of Petit, looking pretty peaked. And that's because he was quite sick temporarily, at least according to the astronaut. It didn't look good because it didn't feel too good. Petit told astronauts during the press conference at NASA Johnson Space Center at Houston Monday afternoon, April 28th. It was right in the middle of the emptying of the contents of my stomach into the steppes of Kazakhstan. Oh, the camera didn't show any of that. Okay. Yeah, he was puking. Yeah. That's all I want to know. Nasty. Okay. China stops the expansion of a gigantic desert with an extraordinary feat involving 600,000 trees. That's amazing. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay. People also clear up themselves in restaurants, usually displaying these 7 unique behaviors. People always clean up after themselves. Yeah. We do. It's called being civilized and looking out for a hostess or a waitress. That's just worthless to even have to talk to something. But I guess no. I guess people need to be civilized, and it is quite okay to be at a restaurant and not distribute disgusting behavior like treating a person with a job like they're beneath you and they have a wage and you should, humanity should always be put at the forefront, especially these days, because you don't know what kind of moods people be in. We don't understand the fact that we're pretty fragile as a people right now. You understand? Pretty damn fragile. And the reason why we're fragile is because we don't think too much about other people. Why don't we do that? Because everybody wants an advantage and nobody wants to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice when you deal with people, live with people, understand that you have to understand people as well. It's called exchanging people. If you don't give a person a fair premise, how will you ever have a proper or fair exchange? Seriously. Fair exchanges are so essential because they are vital elements to your growth as well. You're able to practice some humility. You're able to take the more steps forward and even to live the next day with those same learned principles that you just learned. And when you intercept them and you achieve and retrieve them, because those achievables yeah, they're retrievals, but they're also achieving attributes that you should be grateful for being able to even interpret. You understand? Everything that you interpret doesn't have to be physical. Everybody getting Anthony Edwards on the court demolishing the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you. Oh, that's a great basketball player at 22, 23 years old, going on 24, whatever he is. Man is a real great being to look at when it comes to sparring in my first favorite sport on the planet, which is basketball. Boxing is my first as well. Because two things can be true. I can't put one and two. If one is a team sport and one is all out personal. I love all forms of martial arts and I love all forms of team sports. But I love, more than I love anything, I like fairness. I like where the cards can be what they are. And everybody got to live with it. When you playing that young man Anthony Edwards, he showed you, I'm better than you, Luka. I'm better than you, LeBron. My team has a motor that runs on AE. Julius Randle, man, salute to you because you've had a hard go at it, and you've been criticized a lot, but your prowess, man, it's been bar none. Nas Reed, man, Minnesota won as a complete team. The Lakers knew they was done. They played like it. Luka is a wash. You only effective offensively, which is pretty impressive. I take nothing away from you, you superstar. But you know what, Luka? You're soft. You're privileged. You cry. You have this extremely inflated fucked up ego, bro. Like everybody's balling out. You see the boy you wanted to be, that young man, AE, you wanted to be like, who is he? Oh no, he's coming for every one of you so-called stars, superstars, megastars. That man coming from your throat. And I hope he get every last one of you broken. Just so you can realize what hustle look like for real. Maybe you need to go back to training camp and start not being so rich. The problem with a lot of you guys is most of you are perverts and you are sycophants and you get all of this money and you become slick weirdos. You have other interests and you forget why you are playing the game you love. I advise you to get your mind right. You get to see people like Kevin Durant give people the business. I disagree with everything he's done most of his career after leaving OKC. But hey, I can't take nothing away from how thoroughly great the man has played basketball all these years. But he just makes bad decisions. LeBron James does too. I hope you leave LA. You should stop tarnishing Kobe's and Magic's legacy, as well as Kareem's, first and foremost. You're outside of bounds in its entirety. LeBron James, you have no place. You should never have went to the Lakers in the first place. And then you won a .5 championship, I would say. It's during the bubble. I don't like that. They just gave your old ass that thing, whatever you want to call it. .75 championship you got. 3.75 champion. That's what you is. A 3.75 champion, because I don't like the way you have ever played the game of basketball, LeBron James. I love you as a man. Love all of your accomplishments, all the things you are great with your wife and your children. But that stunt you pull with your son is atrocious. He's not a good basketball player. He should have stayed in college and just maybe been a gaming basketball player or something. But he shouldn't be on an NBA court and in a Lakers jersey. That's blasphemy. The situation with Shedeur Sanders, pure NFL continuum blasphemy. We know what the NFL do. It's a league of good old boys. All they want to do is, you listen here, boy. You do what I say. That was a humbling tactic that would never work. See, Shedeur Sanders grew up a very wealthy kid. I think it's completely amazing to have a father as Deion Sanders. And Deion raised some hellified children. Man, all of them are wonderful. Everybody loves Deion. He's a wonderful human being. He does humanity a service. A good service at that. He's the greatest football player that ever played football. That's what I know. He wasn't a quarterback. He was a two-way player. And he was extremely physically dominant. And he could read plays, read quarterbacks, read offenses, read defenses, and dominate. Yeah. Everybody call him Prime. You know what I'm saying? Shit. That motherfucker played like Optimus Prime. So, you can't never take nothing away from the football god Deion Sanders, the greatest football player that ever lived. His sons may not have his physical attributes, but they damn sure know how to play this game. And if anybody want to win, man, you run with them Sanderses, man. They some winners. There's a team. There's a whole family of pure winners. And people can say, yo, hey, Deion, fuck off, man. That man has been this immaculate since playing in the league, even when his situation with his ex-wife, he always took the high road. He always showed the gentleman like. He always shown you like, I mean business on and off the field. He's an immaculate human being. Salute to Deion Sanders and his family. Straight up. So we ain't got a whole lot of shit going on. I don't talk about a whole bunch of trash, but I will like to say Puppy might get off. He could. He is an insane person. He's another one. If you look at his behavior with his mother, y'all watch them documentaries. Y'all seen the kind of shit that done went on in them intricacies of his upbringing. Yo, that Puppy had a fucked up life upbringing. His mother wasn't his best friend at a young age. I'm not saying have any sympathy for the man, but he really don't know no better. He's probably insane. He was manipulated and he was trained and he was coerced and he was actually taught everything that he does. Taught everything. That don't come from him. None of that does. That's a trained behavior. As a matter of fact, he's not the only one that behaves that way. Did we understand who the president of the United States is and why there's a just if that's out of here? You dig? There's so much more uncovering that has to be done, man. Y'all don't understand how this thing will blow up in our faces. There will be traces. You can't stop the madness. Just understand and participate with the gladness that you're not a part of that bullshit, because you cannot quit, and that shit will deal you some bullshit that you don't even want to be fucking with, man. That's a dangerous life to live. That old evil, cold ass celebrity coach, man, that's just raw. They are indentures that get paid a shitload of money to kind of like shut up. Like, and the violation goes so deep and cold. If you look at these damn documentaries that's on Prime and Max and the HBO networks and things like that, man, they literally spilling the beans on how corrosive and destructive people are, and how the value of humanity has been so degraded, man. I mean, you got people like thinking that they really better than other folks. It's a sick psychosis, and it's a destructive world that we're living in, because people are not valuing family, lying on family members, positioning yourself because you don't want the embarrassment, or you don't want the truth to come out, or you don't want the world to be. You want the world to be your oyster as you made it, but the truth is not involved. You have to be a vessel of the truth. When you ain't got the truth in you, you in trouble. When you are so full of your side of your equation that you don't see the totality of an equation, not because you don't know any better, and you think you do, but you don't. They say when you don't have positive things to say, you should not say them things. That's an applicable thing at all times. But you know what people love to do? They love to treat people the way they want to treat them, as if they get to, dictate that type of shit. You don't. No. That's not how that works. See? The truth doesn't need you or me. The truth stands alone. You just have to get yourself so close and adjacent to it that you're not affected by the shit that come with lies. Check it out. That's the Wheel of This podcast for this evening. I hope you have enjoyed the show, but you always not be cooking a little more sometimes, so This is the current event show, man. This is the current event, but it's the it's the heat vent. There's a lot of shit going on. World on fire, man. I mean, damn. Find out how to get your footing, get your vision, carve out a proper path, but add some positive connotations. You don't need them. A lot of negativity, great deal of deceit, and a horrendous amount of lies. So what we got to do is you combat lies with only the truth. I don't want to hear no more my truth. I don't want to hear no, that's your lie. There's no such thing as your truth. You understand that? That's a fallacy. There's only the truth. And you figure out where you fall in. You dig? Hey. Anyway, I want y'all to say it with me. The will is yours. Hey, y'all let it down a little bit. No, but check it out. We'll be back tomorrow with Dr. A.E. This was a spur of the moment, so I had to get back on. I had to get back right. But I'm gonna hit my brother up. We're gonna keep cooking. Anyway, good night, y'all. Be well. And again, thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I do this for you. We do this for each other. We do this. That's right. Good night.